Hi, good morning, Azlina. Good morning, Pat.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Can you all hear me? Okay, great. Now, I'm not going to be doing any presentation or any slides or anything. Today is strictly an FAQ session. I believe all of you are attending attending this because based on what we sent out earlier, right? We actually did mention that this is strictly an FAQ session. So I guess when you all signed up for this, you must have questions relating to foreign employees mandatory EPF that is going live this month. So maybe any of you have any questions, feel free to chat, to put in the chat box, or you can, if you have a microphone, you can switch on your microphone and you can ask me directly. Yeah, so any questions that you all have that I can help you with. Maybe just to share something, I believe all of you have aspects of foreign employees in your company, correct? Is that right? If not, you won't be attending this session, I guess, right? Okay, now, how many of you have already gone into the iAccount, the employer iAccount portal, to check whether your foreign employees, regardless whether they are foreign workers or expatriates, have already been automatically registered? Okay, good, Aslina. So for the rest of you, have you checked in the iAccount portal, your employer portal, to see whether your foreign employees have already been automatically registered? Because EPF has tried to make it easier for everyone, right, by automatically registering all the foreign employees, including expats and foreign workers who have a valid work permit, right? And they should be automatically registered. Now, they will not be automatically registered if they have a resident pass. So if you have a foreign employee or an expatriate who has a resident pass, an RPT, excuse me, from Talent Corp, those will not be automatically registered, okay? Or if you have any foreign employees whose passport number does not tally with what is in the system or what is in the immigration system, then you will also not be registered, or the foreign employees will also not be registered. Okay, right. So now, how many of you have gone? I mean, Aslina said she has gone in to see that, to see whether they have been registered. What about Edwin, Sanya, and Ram? Have you all gone in to the iAccount employer system to see whether your foreign employees have been registered? Okay, you have to do it. Good, Edwin. Right, Sanya, you will have to do it as quickly as possible because your first contribution to EPF is due on, for these foreign employees, are due on the 15th of November, failing which you will get a penalty. Okay. Okay, Ram, you have RP talent. So if you have RP talent, they will not be registered. You will need to, okay. Now, for those of you who have or have not gone in to the, I mean, if you have not gone into the iPortal, I suggest you do it as soon as possible, right? Because there will be a chance where some, if you have a lot of foreign workers or you have a lot of expatriates, there will be some that will be registered and some that won't be registered. Now, for those, if you go in and you find that your expats or your foreign employees are not registered, then what do you have to do, right? The first thing you need to do is you need to go into the iAccount, right, to make an appointment, right, to have your employees go to the EPF physically. Okay, so for Ram, you are all up. You said your foreign employees are RP talent, so you don't have a choice. You have two ways. Either you go into the EPF website and make an appointment, or fastest way is straight away bring your foreign employees directly to EPF, right? If you want to go through the EPF portal to register them for an appointment, it will take a while. Okay, right? Yes. Yes, Aslina. That's why I didn't say, that is why I didn't tell you to register through iAccount. Right? That is the reason why I didn't ask you to register through iAccount, because many have tried. EPF officer have actually asked employers to register those who have not been registered through iAccount, but many have found problems. Okay, right? It will prompt up a message like what Aslina said. It will prompt up a message that the expat need to go to EPF office. Okay, so now depending on which branch you're at, okay, you all know our government office, different branch, different message. Okay, now from our experience, some EPF officer will ask you to go into iAccount, like what Aslina's case, like what Aslina has explained, right? So some EPF officer will ask you to go into the iAccount to register those who are not automatically registered. Okay, so that's why Sanya, it's you have to check as soon as possible, because there may be a chance where you do not have some of your foreign employees are not registered, right? So as I mentioned, some EPF officers will ask you to go to iAccount to register first, then physically bring your expats or your foreign employees to the nearest EPF officer to manually do all the process. Now, what do you need to bring when you go to the EPF office? You need to bring the passport, the valid work permit, okay? And these must be certified by the employer. A copy of the passport and a copy of the work permit must be certified by the employer. Of course, you bring it along with the original copies, okay? Right? Now, there are some branches, okay, depending on which branch you call, there are some branches that will ask you to go into the iAccount and make appointment, okay, right? But when you make appointment, from our experience, they never call you or they never email you, and you can be waiting forever and they never come back to you, because, you know, as you know, EPF started this only on the 1st of October. So you know how many foreign employees we have in Malaysia. We're not talking only about expats, we're talking about foreign workers as well, right? We have about, I think, 3 million foreign employees in Malaysia or more. So EPF office, even though a lot of them are automatically registered, EPF office is overwhelmed, right? So I suggest just go straight. If your employees are not registered, just go straight to EPF office with the certified true copy of the passport and valid employment pass, right? Along with the original copies. Okay, now, let me see some of the question. Okay, Aslina, if your expats do not have EPF account, you don't have a choice. When you run your October payroll, you still need to deduct. But unfortunately, the money will be put into a suspend account. Okay, right? So now there is no EPF law that says that, oh, my expat have not been registered, so no need to contribute yet. No such thing, okay? Because it's mandatory for all expats to start contributing effective October salary, October wages. Okay, so that is why I'm asking all of you who have not registered your employees to better go and do it as soon as possible, because the due date for payment is 15th of November. We don't have much time. Today is already the 23rd. Okay. So if let's say they do not have an EPF account and you run the October payroll, the money will, because the expat don't have account, so what they will do is they will put the money into what we call a suspend account, right? Now, once it's in a suspend account, it will be very leceh, okay? Because once your expat finally register their EPF account, to have the money from the suspend account to be put back into their EPF account, it may take months. Okay, because they need to verify to make sure that this is the correct expat, the passport, everything. So it may take months before your EPF, before your expat or your foreign employees see the EPF amount in their account, right? So that's why I suggest for all of you to go and try to register as soon as possible, right? Ram, you're a startup company. No, there's no exemption for startup company, Ram. Everyone have to contribute. Doesn't matter. All is mandatory. It is compulsory. All foreign employees, regardless of whether you're an expat or foreign worker, all must contribute. So as Ram, you have a lot of RP, resident pass. So definitely your foreign employees are not going to be automatically registered, because it's already been stated very clearly those resident pass holders will not be automatically registered. So you have to quickly then just get to the nearest EPF office with your foreign employees. Your foreign employees have to be present at the EPF office. You cannot register on their behalf. They have to be present with their original passport, and if for Ram's case, the RP approval, the resident pass approval letter, right? And of course, with a certified copy of the documents as well. Okay. Can expat go by themselves? Of course, they can. As Lina, of course, they can. They can go by themselves to the EPF office, no problem. They can. It's just that sometimes, miscommunication. Our EPF officers, there may be some miscommunication in terms of language or whatever. I'm not sure. So I still suggest maybe someone local or HR to accompany them, just in case. Because I can tell you the EPF office now, there's a lot of people. Okay, everybody's queuing there. Foreign workers, expat, all queuing there to register. So if you have expats going to the EPF office themselves, they may, depending on which branch, I guess, they may feel overwhelmed, but they can, of course they can, right? It's just that you don't want, I guess from experience, why I say we should have a local person to accompany is because we have experience where the expat actually went themselves and then had a miscommunication and then didn't actually get the registration done, then have to go again the second time with a local person. So it's quite of like we have to patah balik again, it's quite like a waste of time lah. Yeah. So might as well get it right the first time. Yes, Edwin, correct. That's right. Apart from the work permit, the original copies of the certified copies of the work permit or the RP or the employment pass and the passport and the original copy, you also need to fill up the this form, KWSP 70 KWSP 3 form, which is the registration form. Yeah. You can actually download the KWSP3 form from the EPF website. Wait, let me try to get the form for you. Let me share here. So to register a new employee, you have to submit the KWSP3 form. Okay. Now, as Aslina mentioned, she has actually tried to register them using the iAccount. Okay. So you can actually first register them all through the iAccount first, right? Then most likely you do not have to fill up the manual KWSP3 form anymore, right? So if you want to speed up the process, go register them online first. But after you fill up the form, they will still ask you to go to the EPF physically to submit all the documents. So either way, you can either do it online or just do it manually. Yeah. But whether it's online or manually, you will still need to get your expats to go to the nearest EPF office to be physically present. Okay. Let me see whether I can get the form for you. Let's share. Now. Oh, oops. This is the form for you for employee registration. So I've just shared the form KWSP daftar, so you all can download once it's downloaded from my side. Okay, I've just shared it on the chat box. So if you all want, you all can download that form. If you want to do it manually. Okay, let's see what other questions you have. Okay, Sanya, the employer and employer contribution, it's 2%, 2% employer and 2% employee. And bear in mind, there's no table, not like the local employees, there's no tables, it's straight multiply 2%, so straight multiply 2% for employer and straight multiply 2% of for employee, of all wages and fixed allowances, except for traveling. Aslina, meaning all expat must register not before 15. Yeah. Try to register them all before 15 of November. That's right. To ensure there's no hassle later. Yeah. Okay, yes. So try to register all of them before the 15th of November. Yeah. Right. Or before the date that you all pay, because not everybody pay their EPF contribution on 15th of November. Some actually pay earlier. So if your company actually pay the EPF earlier, then of course you have to register your expats and your foreign employees before you pay out the EPF contribution. Round walk-in is okay without iAccount appointment. So far, some branches, yes, they accept walk-in without iAccount appointment. Some branches will tell you, go and make an appointment, then walk in. So some actually did an iAccount appointment, waited and waited and waited since 1st October until today, still no news. So they just walk in, right? So depending on which branch you are at, Ram, but so far I suggest you just walk in, because I think the iAccount appointment page is not really working. I mean, it's working, but it's not really effective, because the EPF officers are all very overwhelmed. But some aspects actually, some officers actually ask the employees to register, as Lina said, to register online first, then only walk in. So Ram, if you do not have a lot of foreign employees, I suggest that you go into your iAccount, register them first, not getting an appointment, register them as new employees first, then only bring the documents and walk in. Then it will be faster, right? Because if you walk in with the manual form and all that, it will most probably, because it will be manually done, right? So it'll take longer. So to speed up the process, I suggest you just register them online first, right? Like what Astina said, after register, they will tell you you still need to go physically, right? So register them first, then only walk in, right? Astina, from my spec expire less than 60 days. Yes, that's right. So if you have expats employment pass that has less than 60 days, right? They won't let you open the EPF account, okay, until they receive their new EP, right? So for these, Astina, we have actually checked with EPF officers for those with expiring EP, okay, or employment pass of less than 60 days, you do not need to contribute until they get their new EP, okay, right? Because in the EPF Act, it actually, there is a clause that says that if your, in the EPF Act, there is a clause that says that if your employment pass is expiring in 2 months, okay, you do not need to contribute for the last 2 months, okay, because you're either waiting for your pass to be renewed or maybe the employee is leaving the country for good. Yeah. So for those that has less than 60 days, you do not need to contribute, Astina, until you get the new EP, right? That's fine. Okay. Right. Okay, good. So Edwin has shared that for Kepong branch, I don't know any of you are near Kepong. For Kepong branch, they allow walk-in. Okay, they even set up a tent outside the office. So if you're anywhere near Kepong, you may want to try that. So really depends. Now, you may have some employees who, foreign employees who suddenly, now that they are required to contribute EPF, they may want to contribute more than 2%, right? There could be some that want to contribute more than 2%. So if they want to contribute more than 2%, they will have to fill up the 17A form, okay, right? Let me share that with you. That is mencaro melebihi kadar berkanun. That means instead of 2%, maybe they want to contribute just like the Malaysians 11%. They can, okay, and they can actually, let me get you the form as well. Now you can, of course, I can give you the form here, but I suggest you do this online as well. You can actually also increase the EPF contribution if they want to by going to the I account to do it. Let me see. Why can't I get the form for you as well? 17A. Save it. Yep. Saved it. Right. Okay, so this is the form. If they want to contribute more than now, if you have any employees who wants to contribute more than 2%, let's say they want to contribute 11%, let's say, for employee contribution. Now you can actually do that in the I account. right? If you move to the, if you go to the left side of the, maybe I should put the I account. Let's see if I can do that. Let me share. Okay, I'll try to log into the I account to show you, but I just need to make sure there's no confidential information before I share the screen. Just give me a minute. I'll answer some of your other questions as well. Okay, I think I can't really share. Okay, but in your, if you go into your I account on the left side, at the bottom, you will see that there is a part where it says VE, voluntary contribution. So you can actually go there to actually increase. Now, bear in mind, don't make this mistake. If let's say your employee wants to contribute 11% instead of the statutory 2%. Now, when you go in to fill up the voluntary contribution form, don't put 11. Because if you put 11, that means your employee is contributing 13%. You are supposed to put the additional amount. So if they want to contribute 11%, so they have to put 9. That means the mandatory 2% plus another 9. Okay, 9. So that makes 11. Yeah, so you just put 9 if they want to contribute 11%. Don't go and put 11, because if you put 11, that means it's 11 plus 2. Okay, right? Because there are some people that made that mistake. What they did is they just put the actual contribution on the form, right? Then that means you have additional contribution. Okay. Same with employer. If let's say your employer is very generous, they want to contribute more than 2% to the foreign employees. It's the same thing. You just add the additional amount. Don't put the actual amount of contribution in the form. Okay, now let's see some of the question. Okay, Azlina. Okay, when we receive the new EP, should we reprocess and backdate the 2 months contribution? No, you don't have to backdate. Because if you backdate, you have to pay a penalty, Aslina, because EPF cannot backdate. Okay, so if you backdate, you will need to pay a penalty. So as soon as they get their new EP, they will treat them as newly joined foreign employees. So you start contributing from there. Yeah. Okay. Okay, thank you, Edwin, for sharing location of the EPF coupon. Okay. Okay, Astina, is there a maximum limit for employee contribution? No, there is no real maximum limit, but then if they contribute too much, well, I don't know, if you have expats who are earning a lot of money, then I guess they can contribute a lot more. But there is really no maximum limit for employee. For employee, there's no maximum limit. But I guess for market rate, I think most will contribute up to 15%. I mean, that is the norm for Malaysians. Right? Malaysians' voluntary contribution is up to 15%, most of them, because anything more than that, they won't have much take-home pay already. Especially now with inflation and things are getting more expensive. Okay, right? So there's really no maximum contribution. But for employer, yes. For employer, maximum contribution is 19%. Okay, right? Anything more than 19% will not be tax allowable. Okay. Okay, Ram, 100% owner, no two directors. Okay. Ram, so if you do not have if they are not paying, so Ram, if they are not paying any salaries for your two foreign directors, I mean you're not paying salaries, then I guess for the time being you do not need to register EPF first, okay, right? But the thing is that if they are under RP and if they are not getting any salary, which means they are also not paying taxes. So if they are not paying taxes, they may get their RP revoked. Okay, because one of the conditions for RP is they must pay a certain amount of tax. Okay, so if they're not paying any if they're not getting any salary, that means they're not paying any taxes. Just be careful that the RP may be revoked, right? So but apart from that, if they are not earning any salaries like that right now, then you do not need to register them for EPF yet until you start running their salary. For Aslina, wages received in Malaysia. Okay. The wages that they receive from original country, does it come into Malaysia, Aslina? Is it banked into their Malaysian account or it is received in their foreign bank account? If it's received in their foreign bank account, then you do not need to subject it to EPF. But if it is received in the Malaysian account, yes, you will need to subject it to EPF because when you receive it in Malaysia, it's also taxable in Malaysia. Okay, so Aslina, you will need to see that. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. So I've given you the form for voluntary contribution and also the form for registration. But as I mentioned, you can actually get those done online first. I suggest you get those done online, right? Even for the new registration, I mean, like what Edwin said, you can go straight to the Kepong branch and just walk in. But I do not know how long the queue is. So, and then to submit a manual form. So maybe like what Aslina did is to register them online first, then only go to the EPF office, right? Then at least you do not need to fill up the form again manually. Yeah, so that would be better. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay, any other questions that you all have? Still trying to see whether I can get into the PF account. Are all your employees expats? Any of your employees are foreign workers? All are expats, or they're all, or some of you have foreign workers? Okay, Sanya, if foreign employees have already EPF account, no need. Sanya, if they already have EPF account, no need to register again. Okay. Now, another thing is, if you have foreign employees who already have EPF account because they were contributing, because there are some foreign employees who voluntarily wants to contribute, even before this mandatory contribution came in. Now, for those who have already been contributing, okay, right, they do not need to go and open an EPF account, because the EPF account that they currently have is considered valid, but they will need to, depending on how much they were contributing. If let's say at that time they were, I mean, before this came into before this became mandatory, right? If they were contributing more than 2%, you will still need to fill up the you will still need to go in and fill up the 17A form, right? To say that they are actually contributing above the statutory rate. Okay, right? So so it doesn't mean that, oh, all the while my foreign employees have been contributing 11%. So now that this mandatory thing come in, yeah, just continue to contribute. No, nothing changed. Yes, there are some changes. Number one, you will still need to fill up that form, right? To say that the employee is voluntarily contributing more. Secondly, if let's say your foreign employees have already been contributing and they are contributing the same rate as local employees, which is 11% for employee or 12 or 13% for employer. Now, once this mandatory EPF contribution come into place, you cannot use the local employees table anymore. You are not allowed to use the local employees table to contribute for your foreign employees, right? So you will need to change. So in your payroll system or in whatever system you have, you will need to change. You will need to go in and put the mandatory 2% and then additional 9% or 8% or whatever, right? For employee, and for employer, right, you will put the 2%, and if they're contributing, if your employer is contributing 12%, then you need to go and put another 10% and so on. You cannot use the local employees rate table, right? There is a difference. From what we calculated, depending on how much the employee is earning, there's a thing about 6 or 7 ringgit difference. Yeah. But EPF made it very clear, if previously your foreign employees have already been contributing the local employees rate, they must now change. They must now change to contribute the mandatory foreign employees EPF rate of 2% plus an additional of how many percent. And it's a straight multiplication, no longer using table for those who have contributed before. Okay, no longer using table. You must do a straight multiplication. Yeah. Okay. Right. Any of you have foreign employees who were contributing before this mandatory EPF thing came into place? Because there are some foreign employees that will contribute as well. Oops. So, okay, Aslina, for foreign worker is holding dependent. Foreign worker holding dependent pass are not allowed to work, Aslina. Foreign workers holding dependent pass must still apply a work permit. They must still apply a work permit. They cannot work if they're using dependent pass. So if you go to the EPF office and try to register them, you will get in trouble. For foreign workers holding dependent pass, actually, they're not allowed to work. They must separately apply for a work permit. Yeah. But due to, I don't understand, Sina, due to inactive account, the EPF account has been closed. Okay, that's fine. If they've been giving you an EPF account, that's fine. Okay. My EPF account was closed and funds transferred to unclaimed, yeah, which is the suspend account I spoke about just now. Due to 3 years not active, now this mandatory rule came. How? Ram, you are a foreign employee. You are a foreigner. Ram, are you an expat? Okay. After your EPF has been closed due to inactivity, did you actually go and open a new EPF account? Okay. Right. You have to open an EPF account. Number one, if you want your money to be transferred back to you, to your EPF account, you need to go and open an EPF account first. Right? You have to go and open an EPF account and then show proof that you have previously contributed to EPF and it has all been transferred to the suspend account or the unclaimed account. Right? That's the first thing. Secondly, if you open an EPF account now, you have to start contributing effective October because it's mandatory, right? So if you're a foreign employee or you're a foreigner, as long as you have an EPF account, you have to contribute effective this month, right? But as you said, you are not getting any salary right now. So, so you're not actually running payroll. So you will most probably, if you do not wish to contribute now, then you most probably will have to wait until your company stabilize and is able to pay you a salary. Then you will of course need to open an EPF account and then show proof that your previous EPF contribution has been done and it has gone to unclaimed account due to inactive EPF. Then they will transfer the money from the unclaimed or the suspend account into your new EPF account, right? But it's going to take time. We had experience with one client. It took 9 months to a year before the money was actually transferred into his new EPF account. Yeah. So it's really up to you, Ram, whether you want to open an EPF account now, which means you will need to, okay, you already withdrew. Okay, right, that's fine. Yeah, if you already withdrew, then that's fine. So for now, it's up to you. If you want to contribute effective this month, you have to start paying yourself a salary. If you are not paying yourself a salary, then you do not need to open an EPF account until you start paying yourself a salary. Yeah. Sina, yes, my foreign worker holding dependent pass have work permit. Okay. So if they have work permit, then that's fine. So same thing, same process. Right? There's no difference because EPF do not actually look at their dependent pass. They only look at their work permit. The dependent pass has got nothing to do with them. Yeah. So they don't actually care about the dependent pass. Okay. Now let me try to share screen on. So once you have logged into your account, this is what you see. Right? Okay. You all can see the screen, right? So once you've logged into your account, this is what you see, right? So For those who found that their foreign employees are not automatically registered, I suggest you go to here, go and register your EPF, your EPF member first. Okay. Oops, what happened? How did it sign up again? Oh, hang on, something happened. What happened? Signed in and then minute, let me try again. Not sure what happened. Oh, I think it was inactive for a while. Security. Okay, here we go again. Share again. Okay, so when you go in, this is what you see. Okay, right? So if you found that your employees are not automatically registered, then suggest you go to here on the left side, register your EPF member. Okay, so you either put in passport or, and so on, right? So you can, I think, self-explanatory. So you just need to register. And then at the end of the registration, they will tell you that you will need to bring your expat or your foreign employee to the EPF office with a copy of their passport and employment pass, certified copy as well, right? So this is where you register them. Now, if you have foreign employees who want to contribute more than 2%, then you go down to this bottom line here that says more. Okay, then you go into voluntary access. Okay, the new registration. Okay. So this is where you will decide whether you want to contribute more of employee share or more of the employer share. Okay, right? And you can either do it manually, or you can, if you have a lot of employees who want to contribute more than the statutory, you can actually upload a CSV file as well, right? Okay, so if you want to do it manually, let's say, I want to contribute more employee. Okay. Now, this is where you do not put 11%. Let's say if you want to contribute 11%, right? This is where you do not put 11%. You put the additional amount. So if your employer want to contribute 11%, it is 2% plus 9. So you put here 9. Okay, don't put 11. If you put 11 here, then it will be 11 plus 2. Okay, so I think it's also self-explanatory how to fill up this form. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay, any questions here? Okay. My foreign employee holding dependent cards. Now applying PR once she got them. Oh, okay. Aslina, for your foreign employee, once they get their PR, they will contribute Malaysian rate, Malaysian employee rate. Okay, PR all contribute Malaysian rate, okay, which is the 11% or the 12 or 13%. Yeah. Okay. So for permanent residents, foreign employees who are permanent residents, right? They will have to contribute the Malaysian employee rate. Same for any foreign employees who have started contributing after 1st August 1998. So if they have started before August 1st, 1998. So if you have any foreign employees who have been here for more than 30 years, meaning they have started contributing before 1st August 1998, they will also contribute the rate following the Malaysian. So Mastina, for PR, once she gets a PR, she will contribute the Malaysian employee rate. Okay. And this goes for employer as well. Okay. RAM during PRT pass will be submitted work authorization letter and stamping by RHDN. Due to our current crucial situation, we're unable to pay for, which is but willing to pay what? No compliance issue. The only issue I am that may be worrying is if you do not submit an income tax. I mean, if you do not file an income tax in 2026, you may get your RPT revoked. That's the only issue, right? Because when you get your RPT, you had to show that you know, you said you have submitted the authorization letter and so on. But if let's say if let's say you are not able to pay the salary due to instability, when the tax filing time comes in 2026, you can actually, I mean, when your RPT expires again, right? And you have not paid any taxes, then again, I think you will need to consult Talent Corp or income tax to see whether the authorization letter with HDN is still applicable. Yeah. Okay. No, for expats, right? For expats, contribution of EPF continues until they're 70. Okay, so for expats, for expats or foreign employees, there is no there's no age. Like once you've reached 60 or you reach 55, you do not need to contribute anymore. For EPF contribution for foreign employees and expatriates, as long as they're working and earning a salary, they have to contribute until they're 70. Of course, if they're working until they're 70 lah. Okay, right? So they have to continue to contribute until they are 70 years old if they're still working at the age of 70. Yeah. Okay. So for expats and for foreign employees, their contribution to EPF only stops after 70 years old. Okay, and the rates don't change. It's not like for Malaysian, if they have reached 60 years old, Malaysian employees do not need to contribute, and for Malaysian employees, if they reach 60 years old, employee do not need to contribute, and employer just contribute half of what the normal rates are. But for foreign employees, right, there's no change in rate. They will need to contribute 2% for employee and 2% for employer if they continue to work until they're 70 years old. Or until they leave the country for good. So for foreign employees, if they leave the country for good, then of course they can withdraw. They can go to EPF to withdraw all the contribution and close their account before they leave the country, right? Which is why if their work permit or their employment pass is expiring like 2 months before, you can actually stop contributing 2 months before the expiry of their employment pass or their work permit. In case their employment pass or work permit doesn't get renewed, or they are actually leaving the country for good. So it will give EPF some time to compute whatever amount that is owing to the employee so that they can close their account and withdraw the money. Okay, right. Okay, any other questions that you all have? Okay. How many of you Edwin mentioned that all his foreign employees have been registered. How many of you have foreign employees who when you go in, you found that some of them are not registered? Yes, Aslina, if the expat resign and the notice period is 1 month, yes, have to stop immediately. That's right. Got to stop immediately. Then you can stop contributing immediately. Okay. So Aslina, you have employees who your foreign employees who were not registered, were they expats or foreign workers? Mainly expats or foreign workers? Foreign workers. Ah, okay. Edwin, your 4 expats have to walk in. Why? Because they are RP holders? Were they RP holders or they are or something don't match with the immigration? Because if they are not registered automatically, there's only 2 reasons. One is they are RP holders, right? Thumbprint, I see. Okay. Right, some of them are RP holders or some their record don't match with the immigration, because how they automatically register all the foreign employees is they work with the immigration officer. So if the immigration office have all the latest information, then they can automatically register. But if let's say the immigration office the information don't tally, or maybe the name is different from the passport, first name and last name, were put, were sometimes, for foreign employees, the first name actually show as last name show as first name. So if there's some discrepancy in the records, then they also cannot get registered. Yeah. Okay. So for Aslina, how many of your foreign workers were not registered when you go in and check? Do you have many as well? 9 of them. Okay, not so bad. So they're all registered now? Are they all registered now? In the midst of arranging. Yes. Ram, they can. For foreign employees, yes, they have the option. You actually enjoy the same benefits as the Malaysians. You also have account 1, account 2, account 3. You can also do a monthly withdrawal from your account 3 if you wish to. Yes, you can also invest mutual funds with your account 1, no problem. The only thing that foreign employees cannot do is you cannot do a nomination form for beneficiaries, right? That is the only thing, because for us local employees, we are strongly asked or advised to submit a nomination for beneficiary form, just in case anything happens to us, then our beneficiary, of course, will inherit or get the money. But for foreign employees, unfortunately, they cannot submit a nomination form. So for foreign employees who are contributing, this is something that I suggest, especially for those having expats, because expats are the one that are earning a lot more money. For those who have expats, I suggest you advise your expats to actually put this EPF into their will. Okay, so the only way that their beneficiaries can claim the money that they contributed into EPF, if something happens to them, is with a will. Okay, so if let's say the foreign employee has a will, okay, and if anything happens to them, they will it to their spouse, let's say, right? Then the spouse will have to bring the will to Malaysia and apply for apply for probate. Apply for probate with the courts, and then of course go through all the legal the legal process to have the money taken out from EPF for the beneficiary. Yeah. So for foreign employees, they can't nominate like Malaysian employees. They can't nominate their beneficiaries like Malaysian employees. So suggest that they put it into their will, because if they don't have it in their will, then it will all go to the what we call the amanah, I think amanah raya, right? The unclaimed money. Yeah. Okay. So especially for expats, because expats are the one that are earning a lot more, so their contribution will also be a bit more. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Last time they don't allow. Ram. Yes, last time they don't allow because it's not mandatory for the foreign employees to contribute EPF. But now it is mandatory, they allow. Right? They allow now. Okay. Foreign employee vaccination 3 months notice. Jadi I will stop their contribute 2 months before the last day. Yes, correct, Aslina. You can stop contributing 2 months before their last day. Yes, that's right. The will needs to register in Malaysia. You will have to do a Malaysian will. Ram. The will has to be done in Malaysia because Malaysia do not recognize foreign will. Okay, so you will have to have a will done here for your EPF. Okay, right? It has to be under the Malaysian law. Okay, right? Because Malaysia don't recognize will that is done in a foreign country, so there must be a will done here. Like previously, many foreigners, before this became mandatory, many foreigners actually do contribute EPF because they have local spouses, right? They have Malaysian spouses. So that is why they feel that it's only fair that they contribute EPF. But unfortunately, they also cannot nominate beneficiaries. So many of them actually did a will in Malaysia, right? To ensure that their beneficiaries are protected if anything happens to them. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Any other questions? Sanya, how many foreign employees do you have? Do you have a lot of foreign employees? Okay. So if you do not have many, I suggest once you have checked into in the I account, and if there are some that are not registered, to just quickly go and register them. Yeah. Okay. If expat foreign employee no will, can the money still claimed by beneficiary? Then they will need to go and get a probate, Aslina, for those foreign employees who do not have a will and something happened to them. Then they will need to go and get a probate, go to the courts to get a probate. Then they need to wait, and then just like any other person who do not have a will in Malaysia, right? They will need to they will need to go to court, they will need to get a probate, then they will need to wait for the probate, then they need to get a lawyer to help them to register and all that. So it will take a while. So let me see if I can have a solution for if I can. See if I can get the process. Okay. So, Aslina, for your employees who do not have a will, your foreign employees who do not have a will, if something happens to them, right, then a family member, or most likely the spouse or the children, right, the beneficiary, they must come to Malaysia and they must apply to the High Court. Okay. Or if let's say the money has already gone to Amanah Raya, right, then they must then apply through the Amanah Raya. Okay. And why do they need to apply to the High Court or to Amanah Raya? They need to get themselves appointed as administrator. Okay. Now, then once they've been appointed as administrator, then the court will distribute the assets based on the act, right? Depending on how many surviving family members they have. So if let's say a person dies with a spouse, children, and parents, then the distribution will typically be spouse get a quarter, children get half, parents get a quarter. That's how the court will determine, right, the distribution. So that means the beneficiary cannot say that, oh, I want half or I want a quarter. No. So the court will determine the distribution. So normally spouse and parents will always get a quarter and children get half. Yeah. If let's say the foreign employees do not have any surviving immediate family, as that means there's no spouse, there's no other issues, that means there's no children or any descendants or parents, then they will then the relatives, any of the other relatives that they have will have, of course, have to come to Malaysia and also apply to the High Court or Amanah Raya to be an administrator. And then they will, of course, distribute to the other relatives in specific order. So, for example, usually they will give to the siblings first, then the grandparents, then only uncles and aunties. Okay. So if they don't have a will, it's going to be very leceh lah. Yeah. You need to appoint a lawyer already. Best to go and appoint a lawyer. You need to, because it's going to be very difficult to go and be appointed as an administrator. You will need to get legal help already. Yeah. Okay. So the cleanest way is to go and make sure they put it in a will. Okay. Sanya, you are also okay. So Sanya and Ram, both of you are together, is it? Because I just realized both of you share the same last name. Okay. Right, two of you directors. So I guess if both of you are not earning any salaries yet, then you do not need to register yet lah, until you actually earn a salary. Then of course it's mandatory for the both of you to contribute. Yeah. Okay, right. Okay, any other questions that you have? Any other questions? Yeah, I've shared my email on the chat box. So after this session, if you have any questions, right, then you can actually email me and then I can try to answer them if I can, right? Okay, now EPF commanding beneficiary name could be amended. I'm not sure, Sanya, whether they will allow you to add beneficiary to allow foreign employees to add beneficiary name in the future. That is depend on the EPF board, right? But for now, they still cannot nominate beneficiaries, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay. I guess it's quite difficult for foreign employees to name any beneficiaries because passport numbers changes, right? Because like for us Malaysian, we have an ID and our ID, the number on our ID doesn't change, right? But for foreign employees, you know, their ID is usually the passport number, and passport numbers changes. So maybe it's going to be quite difficult, you know, for them to register them as beneficiary, you know, and also and to verify whether they are the real beneficiaries. So I'm not sure, maybe in the future, maybe in the near future, they will allow foreign employees to also appoint beneficiaries of the EPF. Yeah. Asina, oh, okay. You're talking about the PR, is it, Aslina? For PR, they need to, if once they get PR, they will contribute Malaysian rate. Yeah, for PR, permanent residents, and for those foreign employees who have started contributing since before August 1st, 1998, they must contribute Malaysian rates. Yeah, so that means employee 11%, employer 12 or 13%. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. PRH. There's no real PRH. So once you get your PR, right, and you'll be following the Malaysian rate, then you'll follow the Malaysian ruling. So that means you will contribute up to 60 years old if you're still working at 60, and then after 60 years old, your rate will be reduced, just like Malaysians. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. For Malaysians, we contribute up to 60. At 55, we can withdraw all our money, but if we continue to work from 55 to 60, the EPF contribution goes into what we call the gold account, the senior citizen account, and that can only be withdrawn at 60 years old, right? And once you hit 60, if you are still working, your EPF, you will still contribute EPF at a reduced rate. Yeah. Okay. Now, I just want to check, do any of, Edwin or Aslina, do you all run payroll? Are you all in HR? Are both of you in HR? Okay. Right. Now, I'm not sure whether you all run payroll, but we do have payroll training as well, if you are interested in as well. You know, we do run public training for payroll, and payroll tax computation. Yeah. Okay. Right. In fact, I'm running a online payroll tax computation on Monday. It's a one day payroll tax computation. That has nothing to do with EPF lah. That one is PCB. Yeah. Okay. So I am running a one day online payroll tax computation on Monday. So I'm not sure if you are interested to join. It's HRD. It's 100% HRD claimable, and it's 850 lah for one day. Yeah. Okay, Aslina, if you want to register, my colleague Bernice will get in touch with you. Yeah. Okay. My colleague, I think Bernice is here.
Yes,
Bernice,
Aslina, I will touch base with you after this session.
yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, so Bernice will get in touch.
Thank you, Pat.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, and then Bernice can also share with you what are the trainings that we have relating to HR. Okay. Any other questions that you have on EPF contribution for foreign employees? No, we don't do PR application process. We only do we only do employment passes for expats and RP with Talent Corp. We don't support PR application process. PR application process, yeah, because we are what our company only does employee related. Yeah. Okay. Yes, we do MM2H. Yeah, we do we do help clients to do MM2H. Okay, thank you, Aslina. Okay. Okay, if there's no further questions, I mean you all have my email, I just sent it in the chat. If you have no further questions, for now, we'll end the session. If not, you can send me an email. Yeah, you can reach me via email, right? So thank you very much. And Aslina, my colleague Bernice will get in touch with you soon, later on the training on Monday. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, thank you. Thank you for spending this hour and a half with me.
Okay, thank you, Pat. Thank you, everyone, for joining our FAQ session. So, if you guys have no further question, we will end this session here. Okay, bye.
Okay, goodbye. Thank you.